That's actually the last probably. It popped up really big when I was in Opelika, and it's Pete Carroll and the Seahawks actually came out, and it's a form of tackling called hawk and roll because they're the Seahawks, so play on words. And their whole philosophy was to take helmet-to-helmet contact out of sports because if there's helmet-to-helmet contact, the defense is getting flagged 15 yards.
Yep.
So they basically changed where you were taught break down, get across, get your chin on the football, but what do you do when that defender drops his head? There's still going to be helmet-to-helmet contact. And so they've come out with, near hip, far hip, trailing, 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle, sideline. And I think for professionals it's fantastic because they do that year-round. But for 16-year-old kid that's got school and ball and girls and all these other stuff, I don't want him thinking, wait a minute, is this near hip or far hip? Am I trailing?
And it's too late.
It's too, you know what I'm saying? Like,
All right. Well, since we're skedaddling right into the topic, what are your? Did you play football in high school, Cody?
No.
You did not.
No.
You're out of your element on this topic.
Yes, I was also homeschooled. So
Okay.
that was also
Homeschoolers can play football.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah. So we're skedaddling into the topic. What are y'all's opinion about the targeting penalty? Is that a good thing?
So
or
I
because
think
you were hitting at it right there.
I think that in essence, it's a good rule. I think the way that college enforces the
ideologically,
rule
that's a good.
is ridiculous. So, like in the NFL, if there's helmet-to-helmet contact, they flag that joker, they move the ball 15 yards, and everybody moves on. In college, when this happens, it's 15 yards, he's ejected, we review it. If he's thrown out, then he has to sit out the next half. And some of the times, to me, there's two different instances. If a ball carrier drops his head and a defender is in good tackling position and their heads make contact, that's called football. You in essence signed up for that. Now, if a receiver goes up for the ball and he's in the air and you launch yourself like a missile into his head and neck area while he's defenseless, again, back in the day, that would have been a good hit, been on Sports Center, but here's the deal. That's not it. That shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't try to kill people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that literally can cause death. So, to me, it should be done, and it's hard to know intent. But to me, if a guy's trying to hurt another guy, it's pretty obvious because he's going to do stuff that doesn't look like football. It looks out of place.
It doesn't matter what level you're at.
No.
Really. It don't matter if you're playing pee-wee ball and the coach has already got the guys saying that this is what you need to do. I mean, my 7th grade year, I had a coach that when I was on the outside line, he would say, Darren, grab sand or dirt, and as you come up through the line, let it go. I kid you not.
Yeah.
He didn't say throw it in his face, but he would say, let it go. So all of a sudden, this guy gets
and that was before Frozen, so he couldn't have been saying.
Yeah, right. So it was just like, I'm like, never mind. But I was like, man, you're really asking me to do something like that. And he said,
boy.
Well, it wasn't like I'm just chunking it right in his helmet. And back then, especially at junior high level, we didn't have nothing but a
bar,
yeah, or maybe two with a couple of little
knock
spots.
That chin off.
Yeah, I mean, so it wasn't like we had high class helmets, stuff that would just really help you. But still, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that to this guy, But he got on me one time. I can remember him saying, "Hey, I need you to help out here." He said, "The only way you're going to get by him is you got to divert him somehow." So, needless to say, I kind of let a few of them go.
I tell you another aspect of this that I was completely unaware of for a long time, and it was this guy, and he was talking about the inconsistency in salaries, which is a whole other topic, for defensive players in the NFL. And he was arguing, he said, if you look, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, offensive players get paid way more than
left
defensive.
tackle.
Yeah.
Left tackle.
And so he said that's not correct because they don't have to pay fines like defensive players. And I said, hold on a second. What are we talking about? And I didn't realize that in the NFL, if you commit a penalty,
You get fined.
you get fined. So I looked this up right here. This is really interesting to me. If you strike, kick, or knee someone, the first offense is $7,875.
Mm-hmm.
If you horse collar tackle, it's $15,750. Face mask, $7,875.
And by the way, I think.
Here's an offensive one. I'm sorry, blindside block.
Yep.
$21,000.
And here's the deal. I think, don't get me wrong, I think that the league office reviews game film.
They do.
And when calls are missed, those fines are still assessed.
I think you're correct.
Yes.
I think you're correct.
Because especially with
So even if it wasn't caught on the field.
yeah, especially with the heavy contact head and neck area, I think because you'll hear them on the broadcast go, well, if they miss that one now, they'll get it. They'll get it in the morning.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Tom Brady actually had an amazing clip this past offseason before he retired. And then came back.
He retired.
He actually said, when he first started playing quarterback, like for instance, when they played the Baltimore Ravens and they had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, he said we didn't
I don't
throw.
know how that joker ever made any money.
I know. He said we didn't throw over the middle.
Oh, no.
He said because we didn't want to get our guys killed.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was pretty much understood. We're not running quick slants. We're not going to run digs. We're not going to run post. And he said, and he goes, now, he said, the way that the game is set up,
It invites that.
Yeah.
we will actually throw that because we know that safety can't lay off that hit.
Yeah.
And it will be
Draw
a
a flag.
15-yard flag.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Interesting.
and then he said this was interesting too. He goes, as a quarterback, this is what he said. He goes, which is really completely unfair for a defender because he's getting paid to prevent me from making that pass. And he said, it's my job to keep my guys safe. It's not the defense's job to keep me safe.
What's up? Did you enjoy that clip? We hope you did. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, watch the full episode, and tell your friends about the Curiosity Experiment. Also, if you have any suggestions or topics you'd like for us to talk about, make sure to send us an email at the screen at the end. Thank you.